Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to do a Halloween special and put together a Halloween bouquet. So I'm using some black feathers here that I got from Amazon. They came in with a bend in the center of them, which was a bummer, but not to worry. You can just gently bend them back, a little heat from your hands, and then just kind of rub the stem where it's bent and it will go back into a straight line. I do want to strip back some of the feathers at the base so I have something to hang on to in my hand-tied bouquet. So I'm using the side of my scissors to kind of strip that on back. So I'll do that with a bundle of feathers there, or a flock of feathers. And then I got some black calla lilies, which are actually beautifully made that I don't need to prep. And then I've got some wine red roses that came with black leaves and black thorns. So I'm removing the thorns, removing the leaves. That way I have a nice smooth stem that I can hang on to and it's not going to hurt my hand or anybody else's. So to start, I'm going to put together a bundle of the wine red roses. And then I'm going to kind of work in a layer, making a round bouquet, but segmented into layers. The first one's going to be the roses, of course, that I have there. And then I'm going to do a circle around the base with a few of the feathers, not too thick on the feathers there, just so I have a little bit of movement throughout the bouquet. And I am going to tie it off as I go along. And I did find some black wax floral tape, which is super cool. So I'm using that. Now I'm going to do a ring of calla lilies around the outside. I'm going to have all the calla lilies pointing to the same point, which is the very center of the bouquet. That way it keeps your eye on the focal point and just pointing back to those beautiful wine red roses. Why not mix the calla lilies and the roses all together in one bouquet? Because calla lilies are super hard to work with. So if you want a easy, nice looking bouquet that's not going to make you pull your hair out, I would suggest doing it this way with the ring of calla lilies there. So I'm going to tie it off as I go along, and then I'll have to straighten out the calla lilies. They tend to just spin around and do their own thing. So I just have to put them back in line. And then I will do another ring of feathers on the base to cover up my mechanics and to give more of that movement and a little bit of a wider bouquet, and it'll kind of drape over and cover the hands. I did end up wiring some of the feather stems so that they're a little bit longer, and I just covered that with the wax floral tape. So I'll put all that together. And talk about scary, check out the Detroit Lions trash can behind me. That team's a little scary this year, but I love them anyways. So I got all my feathers on there. I'm going to tie it off with the wax floral tape. If I was to finish the handle, I'd probably wrap it with a black satin hand-tied, or not hand-tied, stem wrap on there, just a black satin ribbon. Or do like a band of black satin covering up my wax floral tape. Always want to cover up your mechanics. And then moving on to the boutonniere. So I have an extra rose, an extra calla lily. I'm just going to kind of trim them down so it's easier to work with in front of the camera there. And then I'll tie them together with my black wax floral tape again. You know, even if I was to use that kind of lighter green, I think that would have looked nice as well. Kind of gives it like a fresher look. But the black definitely makes it spooky. And I'm going to take, first I'm going to adjust my camera. It kept falling on me. I'm going to take one of the leaves from the roses and I'm going to use a wire to elongate that stem, cover up my mechanics, and then that will be kind of the backing of the boutonniere. It was really kind of a neat leaf because it kind of is transparent almost. And I'm adding one of the feathers, but I'm going to trim that way down, stripping back a large portion of that stem, because it's a boutonniere and you don't want the feather going all the way up into the face and tickling your nose. So just keep it a little bit smaller. I'm going to group everything all together and tie that off with the wax floral tape. I measure down about 3 fingers length using my hand to trim back the roses, trim back the stems. And then I'll cover up the base of it again with the wax floral tape so that there's no wires poking out of there. And there you go. There's the boutonniere. And, well, actually, there's the bouquet in all its glory. So we made it all the way to the end. And we'll show off the boutonniere there, too. So you're all ready for a Halloween wedding. Thank you so much for watching.